I think this comes back to where we are as women now and where we have been as women. So a lot of us have been really living out of that masculine energy. Even as women, we've been so dominant in our masculine because we've needed to survive, and the feminine only really gives a shit about survival. That is her main focus, how do I survive? And that constant acting out of survival means that you don't get to rest in your feminine. It means that you're constantly on the go. And this is stuff that I talk about when I do the womb work, because a lot of the time when we're stressed as women, our reproductive system shuts down. And the way to bring down a nation is through its women, because we are the most powerful. So if you were to bring down a nation through its women, you make the woman stressed, her reproductive organs shut down because she's in fight or flight, and you don't need your reproductive organs to survive in fight or flight. So the body's only thinking about survival. It's shut down your reproductive organs. You now cannot reproduce, cannot create, and not just a child, but just anything, right? Because this is the space from which all creation exists. So when we think about this and what we as women have been conditioned to think of as normal through things like, for example, the feminist movement, we end up finding ourselves in a position where we have been disempowered. And that's really interesting to recognize, because when you do think about feminine empowerment means to love my femininity, to honor my femininity, to understand how beautiful being in my feminine is. That is feminine empowerment. And a lot of women don't know what it feels like to love their feminine, because they see femininity as a weakness. So if I see femininity as a weakness, why would I like it? Why would I champion it? Why would I champion it in my sisters? Why would I say, I love you being this soft? But then on the other side, where we've had destruction of masculine energy as well, you don't have that safety to soften. There isn't that container anymore. And it's interesting because what we need to do is bring back the unity, right? It's never about one over the other, because that's not the way we exist. We exist in unity, we exist in balance, and we exist in harmony. And in order for us to do that, we need to encourage each other to love our energy, to love our natural expression, to not think of it as weak. And if I see it in my sister, I'm going to call it out and say, I love that for you. I love you being soft today. I love you being a little bit chaotic today, because that is feminine. I love you expressing your sacred rage, because your natural expression is sacred. And this is my invitation to any men who are watching, right? The things that you love about your women, love them deeply. But the things that you find annoying about your women, like the fact that she might be too emotional one day, love them fucking deeply, because those are the things that make her feminine. Honestly, when I started meeting the divine masculine, and I thought about the things that I loved about him, structure was one of them, truth was another thing. And I thought, oh, I love this idea of truth in a relationship. No holds barred. Truth all the fucking way, because I lacked that in a lot of my previous relationships. So truth makes me feel secure. It makes me feel safe, because I know what I'm getting. But then on the other side, I'm going to get truths I don't like. But I'm still going to fucking love it in the masculine, because it is the same thing that gives me that security and that safety. So it's the opposite way round. For any men listening, please still love the things that fucking annoy you about the women and about the feminine, because it's what makes them feminine. And we need men to support us in our feminine energy, because our feminine energy is so fucking powerful. It's so fucking sacred. If you knew the magic that we could create, the healing that we could do in this world, if we were just supported to love that femininity.